Okay, so the things to note about this deck that makes it a little bit different than other decks is that it's got Flare of Denial. Look at all these free counterspells. Look at all these free counterspells. You want to play a bullshit Neoform deck against me? I'm ready. So we got a bunch of free counterspells. And basically, you don't have to Living End on 3. You can Steamcore Scholar, which is when this creature enters, draw 2 cards and discard 2 cards. So basically, this is your Living End. These are your 4th, 5th, and 6th Living End. Or 5th, 6th, 7th, and 8th. Right? So you play these on 3, and then you set up for a Shardless Agent, or you set up for a Halo Forager Living End combo, right? So these are basically just help make it so your next Living End is really good. So that's the list. One thing that you notice is there's not a lot of lands. If you consider these, and you consider the Sink into Stupors as lands here, right? You're looking at 21 lands, which isn't so bad. And you have cyclers, and we're gonna see. We're gonna see how this deck goes. We have overlords. So this deck kind of looks really weird, but if you think about it, like Overlord becomes a 2-drop, right? So everything you're doing before, there's not that many cyclers. I guess these cycle, these cycle, these cycle. And then you have these plus these. Yeah, this is very different. Why is the Steamcore supposed to be just Prismari command that's also 2/3? Yeah, I think it's just a body. It's a body plus a blue card plus something to sack with Flare of Denial. I guess. I don't know. But Gabriel Nassif, who is a far better Magic player than me, far more French than me, played it to a top 8 at a challenge. Yeah, the Overlord can... Yeah, there's a lot of play to this deck, right? You can use the Overlord to bring back cyclers. You could cycle the Street Wraiths. You can do a lot of stuff. So let's give it a shot. Modern League, Nassif's Living End. Let's go. And let's start a prediction. Start prediction. How are we going to do? Okay, what do we got? We got Steamcore. Oh, you can do that. But that is quite... That's quite a lot of mana, right? But maybe it's worth it. Maybe it's worth it to play one. What do we got? We've got a cycle for land. We've got a cycle. We've got some interaction. We've got turn 3 Steamcore. Alright, we're keeping. You have the turn. Eldrazi Temple. Oh no. Alright, so let's crack this. Let's get Breeding Pool. Let's cycle the Ent. Let's get Basic Forest. I should probably get black. We should probably get Overgrown Tomb. Untap. Maybe this was the wrong land to get. Maybe I need like multiple blue. Let's cycle the Street Wraith. Yeah, let's just play the island for now. That way we can cycle Curator into another Curator if it comes up. If we play the Overgrown Tomb, we can't cycle another blue. And we have a bunch of blue cyclers. We can also just Tortuga back something. I mean, they're obviously sitting on Kozilek's Return like a big jerk. Alright. Thought Not Seer. I can Subtlety this. I guess I'm going to cycle this and see what I get. If we get a Surveiller... Yeah, I just think we let this go. I agree, we just let it go. Maybe... I mean, if they take the Steamcore Scholar, then we just turtle it back at the end of their turn or something. Peace Skip. Thank you for the Prime. I appreciate that. Thank you for the support. Alright. They'll take... maybe I was supposed to Subtlety this. Like, what else am I doing with Subtlety? Guess I can, like, bounce this and then hardcast a Subtlety the following turn. After. Ideally, we just draw a goddamn Cascader and then dunk on it. Let's see what they take here. They took Steamcore Scholar. Okay. Cascader? Stop. Let's play this. Get through the turn. We'll take the 4 from the Thought-Knot here, and then we'll bounce it at the end of turn, and then hold up Subtlety next turn, and just Subtlety it. Just because we're not really doing shit. Alright, so they have 3 mana / 5 mana. Okay. Alright. I want to bounce the Thought-Knots here so I can draw a card and hopefully get a goddamn... Hopefully I can get a Cascader here. Cascader? Draw a card. A Flare of Denial. Alright, let's surveil here. Let's get probably Mortuary Mire. Let's look for... Don't need that. Need a Living End creature. I guess I'll play Overgrown Tomb. Yield through the turn. Well, we have discovered a problem with this deck. There might be something to only playing 4 copies of Living End. It might be problematic. But we have Subtlety here for their guy. And we have Flare of Denial plus Force of Negation. One. Alright, let's... I forgot to change the deck list. Let's do that right now. Nassif's Living End. Export. Save. Stream Decker. Add another. Browser up. Okay. That should... Deck. Okay. So, Subtlety, go away. I probably should not F6 with a Flare of Denial and a Force of Negation in my hand. So let's not do that. Ooh, a Field of Ruin. The plot thickens. Okay, let's draw Living End. Hey, it's a Living End. Combat. I would like to attack for 3. So now... What are we going to do? We are going to... Should I do anything beforehand? And should I play the Boseiju? I don't think I need to play the Boseiju. I don't think I need to flare. I could cast Shardless Agent, use the Flare of Denial, sack this, counter this, and then have the Living End resolve, and then when the Living End is resolving, I get these 2 back. But I think I'd much rather just have the Flare of Denial moving forward, right? So I can stop an All Is Dust or something crazy. But we could do this. We could flare this, sacrifice this, counter this, and get these back. But I don't think that we need to do that. Cast. I think this should be enough. Get through the turn. Okay. Okay. It's a bold strategy to do nothing. Play lands. Be in combat. Be in combat. Hiya, 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 hiya. Well, that's not going to resolve. Bop, bop. Boop, bop, beep. Nope. Die, please. Please die. Okay. I got there. So, what do we think that they could be doing? Do we want to do this? Do we want to inevitably betray them? But the problem is we don't know. I mean, we know they're playing Eldrazi. But do we want... I mean, we don't know how big their Eldrazi are. I don't know. Yeah, but if we get Emrakul, that might not be enough. But whatever. Let's have some fun. Let's try this. Let's try to be let's try Inevitable Betrayals. Yeah, I think so, right? I think you want to be doing this instead of this. We'll give it a try. We'll try it this one time. I mean, if this is not for an Eldrazi deck, then what are we doing, right? Right? If it's not for Eldrazi, then why? We could get wrecked by it. Maybe we should have one Living End in the deck, but I could just suspend this. No. I mean, this hand's good. We have turn 3 Inevitable Betrayal. Is turn 3 Inevitable Betrayal enough? As long as we don't draw exactly Inevitable Betrayal next turn, we'll be okay. They have Field of Ruins too, so we have to shock ourselves when we make our plays. We want to make sure we leave our basics in our deck because they have Field of Ruin. And Boseijus. Fields of Ruin and Boseijus. Springheart Nantuk. Maybe this Inevitable Betrayal was a shit idea. Alright, let's get Watery Grave. Get a breeding pool. Don't draw the other Inevitable Betrayal, please. Thank you. Graveyard that. It should be. Thought not here. Oh, Michael spawn. Okay, I actually don't want to shuffle. I guess I do it. Let's get Mortuary. Yep, the turn. Alright, as long as we don't draw the Inevitable Betrayal, we're good. Okay. Here we go. 1, 2. Shardless Agent. Cast. Betray. Take a walk in the Betrayal Garden with me. Or do we want Titanium? Let's take Emrakul, the Promised End. Our opponent's deck is interesting. Shardless Agent has a bestie. I wish I had some blue cards in my deck. Or, like... rating them for 13 next turn. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So they're playing a combo deck with this Springheart Nantuko copies this. Then they go infinite. We might have to deal with that. Might become problematic next turn. We might need to find a way to deal with that. Well, that deals with that. Alright. What are we going to do? We're going to attack for 13. We have a lot of options here, right? We can... what can we do? We can sink into Stupor and bounce this. And then they don't have the Springheart thing. We can Steamcore Scholar looking for counter spells. Looking for like Force of whatevers. Force of Negations. Or we could just bounce this to their hand. Let's see what's on the top of our deck. Let's see if we can get a Force of Negation. Nope. I like bouncing this too, I think. I don't know. I don't know what the fuck this deck does. I don't know what it does. I should have taken a better look at it. I should have taken a better look at it when we were looking at their deck. I could go back, rewind my stream, and look, but no. Alright, we inevitably betrayed someone. Well, I guess we're keeping. Our opponent's going to think that we're normal here. The problem is, how do I do this and not lose all of my life? Just a normal Misty Rainforest deck. That's the neat part. You don't. I guess I'm getting Watery Grave. I guess I have to cycle one so I can make sure I can return it with the... Oh, well, there's a guy. Gonna get a basic forest here. Overlord. Just play Death Shadow, I know, right? Would you like to... Yes. I would like to return... I guess I should bring Endurance back to my hand. So... something bad happens. I mean, I'm sure I can find a land in these 3 cycles. Famous last words. We'll pay 8. I mean, we'll go all the way next turn. I mean, I'm definitely gonna cycle a Street Wraith here. Maybe I can hit... Subtlety would be okay to hit here. No, whatever. A Johnny. It hurts. Stop hurting me. Okay. I don't have to cycle everything. I don't have to do all of them. So, all we need to do is hit an untapped land. Let's just take our... Okay. Cycle for an untapped land. Oh dear. Cycle for... Why do you hate me? Just dead. Just dead. Oh, it's always like that. It's always like that. What? I am unhappy with the way that that went. I can't look at the top. It would just... Alright, Harvester of Misery. When this creature just destroys their little creatures, we want to break their foundation because they're going to have... They're going to have all kinds of crap. We want foundation breakers. I mean, if we're bringing in these cards... It's not really that... Maybe we cut Halo Forager. There's not much we want to... I guess let's shave an Overlord. Let's shave Force of Negation. I mean, a lot of things we can kill with Foundation Breaker. We can... Well, I guess Foundation Breaker cleans up a lot of what Force... Let's cut a Subtlety. Let's cut another Overlord. Okay, submit. Would you like to play first? Yes. Do I want to keep this Living End in my hand, or do I want to just mulligan? I could discard it even though I got rid of the... We can keep. We have Overlord. We have Street Wraith. We couldn't possibly die again. As long as we don't draw 2 more living ends, we're okay. Yeah, I do like this hand, though. We can cycle the Street Wraith and then guarantee get back the Street Wraith Overlord. I'm sure the 3rd land won't be an issue. Like last game, right? Like last game, where it was definitely not an issue. It would have been so much cooler to play that last game drawing the 3rd land. Alright, let's cycle this to see if we need to shock this in or not. And we don't. So let's just put this into play tapped. Arguably, maybe I shouldn't have done that because they could go 1-drop thing, eat this. But I think it was important to know if I got one of the land guys and I wanted to pay 2 life to cycle. Oh, they didn't even bother. They didn't even bother. Alright. Let's play this. Let's play this. They're gonna... Oh, they must be pausing because they have Surgical. And they could Surgical the Street Wraiths. I would like to return Street Wraith to my hand. Yield through the turn. Okay, this isn't looking great. But all we need to do is draw a blue source. All we need to do is draw a blue source. Yay! Scholar. Whenever this creature enters, draw 2 cards, then discard 2 cards unless you discard sorcery. I guess I can discard Foundation Breaker and Living End just to get Foundation Breaker in the graveyard. But there's no reason to get Foundation Breaker into the graveyard. So let's just discard a matching card. Let's just dump the Living End. Well, I want to keep these so I can interact with their board, I think. And if we get Foundation Breaker in the graveyard, it's just going to die to the Harvester of Misery. So let's just call it at that, right? And then we can use these to not die to whatever. Or get Surgical or have something terrible happen to us. Nope. Okie dokie. I thought I had the Living End guy. I thought I had the Living End guy in my hand. I mean, they're sitting on Surgical. Be in combat. Get in there for 1. Scoot, thank you, buddy. I appreciate it. Crack this. Let's get... Watery Grave? 1. Draw 2 cards. Let's discard these 2. So that way, if they Surgical my Living Ends, I can play the Endurance. And then I can use this to try and get back a thingy. Maybe I should have kept the land and not the Overlord. But I feel like they have a Surgical here. A Johnny. Gross. We basically have to draw Living End right now. Why would they attack with Ragavan? Guess they're gonna pump Ragavan. Oh, I could double block the Ragavan. I guess I just double block the Ragavan. Guess I double block it. I mean, block it with 1. Boy, I really need to draw a Living End guy. I'm going to go 1 black, green, Living End thing. I don't know if I have an untapped green source. I have Basic Forest in the deck. But I guess I could mill Basic Forest. So I guess I should fetch first. So I don't mill the Basic Forest. Because that's the only way I'm winning. And also I should thin, right? Let's get Basic Forest. And we need to hit the Cascader. Alright, we need to hit Cascader. Fuck. I boarded out Halo Forager. I guess I get Street Wraith and try and cycle. Hey. Oh, hold on. Hold the phone. Wait a minute. Teehee. Attack with Steam. They must have surgical extraction. Deck you. They're gonna surgical extract my Living End at some point. But I will have to endurance it so I can't die. But I will wipe their board. Alright. 1 Shardless Agent. Well, as long as this isn't Living End. As long as they don't have Orm's Chant. I guess they have nothing. Well, this Overlord. Okay. A Johnny Flips. Not really relevant. Yay! The last possible card we got there. I guess they didn't have surgical. I was just being. Do we want Dismembers on the play? I don't know how I feel about Dismember versus Energy. Is Dismember better than Subtlety? Probably. Maybe all these Foundation Breakers aren't necessary. Overlord was kind of sick in that game. Alright, let's try this. I don't know if it's right, but we're trying it. All I know is this matchup makes me want 10 Harvester of Miseries. Give me 10. Give me 20. Give me 30. Okay. We have mana. I guess we can get mana this game, which is more than we could say for last game. No, last game we had good mana. Okay. Just play that. You have to turn. I mean, they have 3 cards in their hand. I'm gonna Subtlety this just to buy myself time. It's also like a time walk, I guess. They have 2 cards. Oh. The fun police have showed up. Alright, let's cycle this. Let's get a... Hey, never didn't have. Never didn't have it. Let's get Overgrown Tomb. Boop. Yes. So they did not put the Ocelot Pride on top of their library. They put the Ocelot Pride on the bottom. That's very interesting. Alright, now what is a better play here? Is it better to play Steamcore Scholar or Overlord? It's probably better to play Overlord. It's more looks. This looks at 4. I guess I would like to return Endurance so I don't get flaged. And Surveil. Don't need that. Okay, yield to the turn. Plus Endurance can actually just block this, right? They put an Ocelot Pride into the graveyard, which I find interesting. They don't have much of a threat going on, so I could just sit here and chill, right? We could do the old Living End hard cast threats. Right? Just chill. Just hard cast Glorious Ent, hard cast Endurance. Like, we have the inevitability here. Yeah, Overlord is really good for this deck. Because it's inevitability, it's digging, it's pretty impressive, the Overlord. There's no way they attack, right? Okay, they didn't see the Endurance. Cast Endurance. Target your graveyard. Block. Okay. Touche, opponent. Surveil. Seems okay. Boop. Bop, boop. Boop. Yes. Attack. Our opponent mulliganed to hate cards, and we had the answer for him, so. Yeah, I don't think that they know. Begin combat, attack, attack, attack. They cannot win the game, so we just attack and pass. And we counter whatever they do. We could play a guy and then flare whatever, but I'm F6, so I couldn't possibly be bothered to un-F6. I guess they could... They got unlucky. Poor opponent got really unlucky. Very unlucky. Lots of lands. Okie dokie. Okay, what do we got? We got a bunch of counter spells. We have a Living End. Do we want to keep this hand? We're not really doing Living End things. But I can Surveil, and then I could eventually suspend this, and I have a bunch of counter spells, so... I would imagine that Nassif would probably mulligan this hand, but he's a better player than me. Because I'm going to get a Surveil land here, and we'll start the Living End stuff, I guess. Uh-huh. Okay. Let's get black, green, and let's Surveil. Into the graveyard. I want an Overlord. Okay. It's half the battle right there. Do you want to put this into play tapped and save myself 3 life? Probably. Our opponent won't know we're up to weirdness yet. They won't know we're up to weirdness. Okay. So we can play Endurance at the end of their turn. We can Subtlety. We can do all kinds of stuff. Let's get weird. We're just a weird deck. Nothing to see here. Just a normal bug deck. Nothing to see here. Uh-oh. Just a normal bug deck. Everything's fine. Don't worry about a thing. I wonder if I actually play out this Endurance just to put a clock on them. Let's do that. Turret you. So now we can just start attacking them. Combat. Smash! We should Forest Cycle this, get Overgrown Tomb. Play Overgrown Tomb. Pass the turn. So our opponent is that deck. The Goryo's Vengeance deck. So, in the future, we're going to replace all our living ends with Inevitable Betrayals. So that we can betray them. We can make their Ulamogs and Atraxas betray them. Goryo's Vengeance. I have to cast Flare here because I can pitch cast the Force of Negation. If I cast the Force of Negation, I can't pitch cast the Flare. Because Flare has to sacrifice a blue creature. Do you have another one? You do. Begin combat, attack with endurance. Okay, do we want to Overlord here? We should Overlord to try and get a... We can get an endurance. We can get another blue card. Alright, let's do it. Let's do this. Let's try and get an endurance or a blue card. Yes. Best I can do is a Generous Ent. Which I should just cycle. And get this. And play this. We have... I don't need that. Okie dokie. God damn it. Mother... I couldn't do anything about this anyway, right? Because Force Negation on my turn. I would have had to do nothing this turn and just hold up the Force Negation. Which I didn't want to do. I wanted to try and progress my board to look for an endurance or something. But I think we're dead. But maybe not. We'll see. We'll see what happens. They got... fail push my guy. Sure, my guy dies. Unfortunately, we don't have another land to do the thing. So if we Living End, we get back 2 things, and they can probably... I mean, we know they have a Spell Snare and an Atraxa. So I kind of don't want to have the Shardless Agent unless I can play the Force Negation to back it up. So I think I'm just going to pass. Yeah, because I knew if I went to Living End, they would do this and put an Atraxa or something in the graveyard. Hopefully they do Harvester of Bones so we can hardcast. Oh my god, would you stop? Would you stop that? Lame. I got a 1. Alright, I guess I shouldn't have hardcast the Endurance to try. We got a 1 here. What are they revealing? Emperor Bones, Psychic Frog, Hedge Mage, Ephemerate, Polluted Delta. So we can Solitude the... This is going to be hard to win, but we could still win. It's interesting that they're not trying to kill us with the Emperor of Bones. Ephemerate. Still no Force of Negation yet. Going to Subtlety this Psychic Frog. Otherwise, they could just discard a bunch of cards to this. Okay. So we need to... I mean, I guess I should Overlord before I cast this. I mean, if this gets countered, I'm dead. So I might... Here we go. Cast this. Do you have another Force of Negation? Tank, 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 tank. Win. Tank, 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 tank. Alright. This seems like a rough matchup. I think I want Inevitable Betrayals instead of Living Ends. I think I want Ashioks. I think I want Mysticals. I kind of feel like I want Awaken the Honored Dead. Destroy target frog. Alright, what do I not want? I don't think I want Halo Forager if I'm getting rid of the Living Ends. I think Living End is too dangerous against them. Maybe cut Curator of Mysteries because we're not really Living Ending anymore. We're not really going to Living End these back into play. Alright. Would you like to play first? Yes. I can't. I can't risk drawing another one of these. Well, I mean, I have one land. I have a land plus a cycle. We're keeping. Are you gonna play a blue spell on one? No. Maybe this was a bad keep. It was a bad keep, but we have endurance. We have... Everything's fine. Well, we lose the game. We can counter a frog. Overlord would be a problem. If they had the Bone Zone guy, we would lose. What the hell's the Overlord of... Shit. It was a bad keep, but I hate going to 5. Feels like you can never win if you go to 5. Not that you can win with this hands. Never didn't have it. Alright, let's get... Overgrown Tomb? Overlord. Overlord of the whatever mark. I would like to return Generous Ent. Make sure we hit the land. Okay. Okay, alright. Generous Ent is also a green card. Oh, an Atraxa. I'm sure that won't matter later. Overlord of Bones. Goryo's Vengeance. Well, let's start off with Force of Negation this. Let's pitch Ash. Well, that worked out pretty nice. Okay, so we're going to cycle this. Get blue Surveil Land? No, we have Inevitable Betrayal. We have Inevitable Betrayal to cascade into. I don't need another one of these, but I don't want to draw Inevitable Betrayal. We don't want to draw Inevitable Betrayal. We want to betray them. Alright, now here comes Overlord, hopefully. I don't know what the hell they're going to play. Emperor of Bones. Emperor of Bones resolves. Are you going to exile your Atraxa? I'm going to respond to that. Pretty good. That's pretty good. Yeah, they can't keep it, but they can draw 10 cards. Orum's Chant, Solitude. Ephemerate, Hedge Maze, Ghost Vacuum, Solitude. So they have a Solitude plus Ephemerate, which is really fucking annoying. Which means whatever we get here, they're going to Solitude it. I guess we get a Grizzlebrand, and then when they Solitude it, but they have Ephemerate. I guess we get Grizzlebrand and pass. See if we could figure out their hand. They probably have a Force of Negation in their hand, too. I don't know. We're going to take Grizzlebrand. Do I want to draw 7 cards? No, because then they'll just Solitude in response. So we're just going to pass. Just gonna pass. Okay. I don't know how this is going to go. They're going to cast Solitude. Alright, I'm going to attempt to find a Subtlety. You drew the Consant Orum's Chant. Well, I mean, I'm not dead. Oh, look at all these good cards. Well, I'm not doing anything this turn, so... I'm surprised they didn't ephemerate this and then, like, use a Generous Ent to, like, hit me for 1,000,000. Alright, I go to 6. Frog. Ghost Vacuum. Alright, the plot thickens here. If we play anything now, they just Solitude ephemerate it. I think we're dead. Because the other Inevitable Betrayal's right here. Which sucks. I guess we could play an Endurance. Which blocks the Frog, and then we die to the other two. We can play the Endurance now. Actually, they won't have enough cards. So we play the Endurance... Get rid of their graveyard. And then when they go to ephemerate, we Force of Negation the ephemerate. And we just have Endurance. and they can dump 2 cards into their frog and make it a 3/4, and we block the Emperor of Bones, but I don't see us ever coming back. Well, we get an Overlord the following turn, so all you have to do is live till this Overlord lives. So, going to Endurance. Well, alright. Endurance. Discard Shardless Agents. Let's shuffle these Inevitable Betrayals back into the deck. Let us betray them. Okay, this all goes back into the deck. 1. Shardless Agent. I would like Inevitable Betrayal. I would like your last Atraxa. Boom. I would like Island. I would like Mystical Dispute. I would like Endurance. I would like Ashiok. I would like to play Island. Play Island. I have 10 cards in my hand. I guess I just discard. Discard. And I... They're exiling their Psychic Frog. Sure. Alright, 1, 2... Ephemerate is going to come back. We are going to Force of Negation the Ephemerate. Force of Negation Ephemerate, pitch Ashiok. Alright. Feels good. What a wild game. They're discarding a Grizzlebrand. Well, I guess they get to put it in the Ghost Vacuum. I guess that's their plan, to put in the Ghost Vacuum. I mean... Overlord of Balemurk. When they go to put the Grizzlebrand in the Ghost Vacuum, I'm going to cycle this and try and hit it with... Alright. Be in combat. Attack. I guess they have 2 of these. Cycle the Street Wraith. So I'm not going to be able to get rid of the Grizzlebrand. I should have pitched counter. Put this into play. Tap. Yes, so this comes off suspend. I'm going to Endurance this. I guess I should have countered the other Ghost Vacuum. Then I could have just blanked this so I don't have to deal with this Grizzlebrand shit. Maybe it's not okay. It just makes the frog good. To chump with the frog. We have a lot of cards though, and we get to attack with the Overlord. We have Flare, we have a lot of stuff going on. I think we can get through this. I don't know, famous last words, I guess. Okay, so what do I need to do? What do I need to do here? I guess I cycle this. Ooh, this can give me another card out of their deck. This can give me a Solitude, and then I can Solitude the Psychic Frog. And then I have a bunch of good attacks. Shardless Agent. Let's get the other Inevitable Betrayal. Cast Inevitable Betrayal. Force of Negation. I will Mystical Dispute that. I should get a Solitude. Would like to kill Psychic Frog? Kill Psychic. Remember when Living End sideboarded into Rhinos? Yeah, I do. Many moons ago. Discard a card, sure. 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 Yeah, I really should have countered the second Ghost Vacuum. I really fucked up when I did that. Okay. Begin combat. Begin Trust. Okay. I'm going to attack with Overlord, I'm going to attack with Atraxa, and I'm going to attack with... What are you doing? I mean, I could pitch this, but I'm better off just casting Flare of Denial, sacrificing this, right? Alright. If they block the Endurance, I can't get it back yet, so there's no point. So let's just attack with these two. Blue card. Ooh, Colossal Sky Whale is actually kind of sick. What do I want to make sure is dead here? I want to make sure the Emperor Bones dies. Yeah, the Emperor Bones dies. So I guess they put the Grizzlebrand back into the and they get to another Grizzlebrand. But they're all 1/1s. Yeah, this second Ghost Vacuum, I should have countered it. I apologize. I wish I had the mana to bounce the Ghost Vacuum. Oh, they're taking my Overlord. That's adorable. Oh, that gets the Emperor of Bones. Ah, I see. 3, 4... 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Put this in play. Get these two. I don't know what they're doing. Atraxa? That would be pretty good. I probably shouldn't let that resolve. Actually, I should probably Subtlety this, right? If I Subtlety this, pitch the Colossal Turtle, I'll still have the counterspell to counter the Ephemerate, which is what they must have. Pitch that. Boop. Put that. Yay! Alright, that was my fault. I should not have let the second Ghost Vacuum resolve. But we got there. Okay, so we have to play quickly. What do I want? I guess I definitely should have Foundation Breaker. I don't know. That was a wild fucking game. I think I don't want these Steamcore Scholars, like, in this kind of matchup. I think I want Foundation Breakers. I kind of want Harvester of Mysteries to kill the Bone guy, but that's so narrow. Let's cut another Steamcore guy, because we're, like, never casting this. I don't mind having Dismembers against their Bone guys. So let's play Dismembers instead of this Steamcore card. It's so risky, right? It's so risky to do that. Alright, let's try it again. We gotta play fast, because I only have 6 minutes. How much can I rely on this friggin' Surveil land? Back. Done. Gotta go fast. Gotta go fast. How do I beat this fucking frog? Could just bounce the frog. No Overlord. And then get back Endurance. And if they go too ham on this frog, I'll just... I don't think I'm ever beating this frog. Frog is so strong. Okay. Oh, that kind of beats this into play. Tapped. Yep. Yep. Discard a Grizzlebrand. Yep. I guess I'm going to bounce a frog now. I'm going to play Ashiok now. Ashiok. Milieu. Do you have a Gorios? Okay. Uh-huh. Nice. 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 Ashiok hidden text. Psychic Frog. Let's mill this. Let's play the Boseiju. Yield through the turn. Alright, we only have 3 minutes and 30 seconds left, and they have 7 cards in their hand, and they have a frog, and everything is deniers, but... I guess... So annoying, this Psychic Frog, it's so goddamn good. Psychic Frog is just so goddamn good. I hate it. I hate how good it is. Mill. At least... Yup. Yeah, we're just dead. We're not beating this. Oh, that's a little frustrating. I mean, Psychic Frog is a problem for this deck. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what he's up to. Are you doing side events, Stringer? What are you up to? Corey Steelcutter. Okay. I think we're just gonna play an island and pass. We could do some weird stuff like Subtlety Flare. Like, I could Subtlety this. Subtlety. Pitch this. And this way, if they cast any more spells, they lose this. They put Dragon Raid Chandler on the bottom of their library anyway. Okay, so we'll play the Misty. We'll use the Misty to surveil after we use the Generous Ent. Yep, they get to look at what we're drawing. So, I guess we could just surveil with this and just try and hit a land into the graveyard. Nah, we'll do this at the end of turn. We can surveil and then make sure we're not drawing a total brick. Yep, Dragon Raid Chandler resolves. Lightning Bolt. Sure. They don't have Delirium yet, but find it. They need sorcery or creature to get Delirium. Okie dokie. So now we're going to go cycle to get Basic Forest. Basic Forest. And then we crack this to get Hedge Mage for Surveil. But we're more likely... Yeah, let's just get Undercity Sewers. Alright, whatever this is going in the graveyard. Into the graveyard. I could have kept it and then cycled it, but it's kind of the same thing. Except for I don't lose the 2 life. Alright, 1, 2, 3. Do I lose the 2 life? I don't know. I'd just lose 2 life if I kept it. If I be 1 card deeper... They have a Spell Pierce here? Are they going to Lava Dart? I wonder if they're going to Lava Dart and try and surveil creatures into the graveyard. Or Lava Dart one of their own things. Lava Dart one of their guys? Sure. They Lava Dart one of their guys. That's smart. But they can't really surveil here because if they get Delirium, then they can't do anything else. Like if they accidentally surveil Delirium here and then the Lava Dart doesn't kill this, that'd be kind of... But we're getting a massive army here. I don't think we're losing from this spot. They have 1 card in hand. All right. This is why you play this deck, to beat up on this kind of deck. But you never know. Maybe they could kill us with 2 cards. They could run into some kind of chain. I don't know. I can't think of a combination of cards except for a bunch of expressive iterations. Alright, so now we got to be careful because we know that they're going to be bringing in a lot of hate. But what hate are they going to bring in? Are they going to have Spell Pierces? Are they going to have... What do we want to bring in to deal with them? I mean, Foundation Breaker kills... Yeah, they're definitely bringing Consigns. Foundation Breaker kills Corys. Harvester kills their dudes. Maybe we cut a bunch of Street Wraiths because I don't want to lose a bunch of life against this deck. Maybe we cut Halo Forager. No, I mean, Halo Forager just gets Lava Darted, right? And let's cut Scholar. Probably. No, Mystical Dispute's probably a bit much. Alright, let's try this. Bring in some interaction. So they're definitely bringing in 4 Consigns, but what else are they going to have? Some Tormod's Crypt? Maybe. Okay, what do we got? We got a Balelord that we can't cast. So we have 2 Balelords we can't cast. I don't know if we can keep this hand. It doesn't do anything. This hand does literally nothing. We'll put back... Maybe I'm supposed to keep the Force of Negation, but I don't know. Maybe I should have kept the Force of Negation over the Foundation Breaker, because the Foundation Breaker stops the core. Like, The Force of Negation is better against Corey than Foundation Breaker. I don't know. I'm going to play this land tapped. Or I'm going to play this land. I'm going to pass. Okay. So now we have... We can still Force a Negation a Corey if they play one. We can Subtlety that? Slow them down a little bit. I mean, what else are we doing with this? We want to fill up our graveyard and stuff. Boop. Yeah. It's like a pseudo time walk. They have put that on the bottom. No, it's just straight up Force of Will. They just put the Slick Shot on the bottom, which is wild. Which means they must have like another Slick Shot here. Alright, I'm going to get black. I'm going to get this. I'm going to pay 2 life. I'm going to get the Generous Ent here, and I'm going to get a forest. A basic forest. So this way, if they have a Blood Moon or something, not that I think that they would, but I make sure that I don't get Blood Mooned out of the game. They know about these 2 cards. So let's go you, and let's play Overlord. Overlord's kind of nuts in this deck. This card's so good. I wonder... I guess I don't have the combo in my hand, so I should return... I mean, I literally can't cast Subtlety, but they don't know that. Okay. You do the turn. What's up, Zeriak? No, Living End has been so bad for so long that now Living End is cool. That's what I'm going with. Living End is cool now because it became so bad. It's so bad now as a mill player. Okay, so do we shock this? We need to shock this in. And we need to Foundation Break. And we have to make sure we stack the triggers right. Evoke. Kill that. What list did you play, Zeriak? You do the turn. So we can cycle for a Surveil land here, I suppose. I don't know. Well, we'll see what lands we can get. I mean, we probably get a Surveil land and then hardcast Overlord. We probably get a Surveil land and then just hold up the Endurance and then try to hardcast the Overlord the following turn. This could be bad. We could be taking quite a lot of damage here. We could take 1,000,000 damage. No, just stop. No damage. Please don't hurt. Yep. Oh shit, I gotta stop F6. Turn off auto yields. Turn off auto yields. Turn off auto yields. I need to cycle my thing. No, stop casting these stupid, dumb spells. I just did. Cool. I really don't want to dismember them. About that next turn, huh? There's not gonna be a next turn, you silly. Dude, it's so annoying. It's so dumb. It's such a dumb deck. And there's nothing you could do about it either. They need to just print more fatal pushes. There needs to be like 13 fatal pushes. I guess we're keeping. This Overlord is going to have to do a lot. I mean, it kills you on turn 3 pretty consistently. Alright, is it better to cycle on one or surveil on one? I think since I need the black, I think I want to surveil. The graveyard. Although, he'll do the turn. I'm gonna get a basic forest here. I'm gonna get a basic island, and I'm going to surveil. I mean, this could suck if I miss. If I miss with this, I'm gonna be big sad. Am I big sad? No, I'm not big sad. I'd like to return Shardless Agent. Wow, this is the greatest card ever. The greatest card ever made in the history of ever. Alright, we're doing the thing. We have a Shardless Agent in play. We have a Flare of Denial. We'll see what we can do. We'll see what they do. Corey Steel Cut. So we can Subtlety, pitch Curator, play this, flare this, and then next turn untap. Actually, like, if we're going to Shardless Agent, there's no point because there's a breaker here, right? The breaker just kills this. So there's no point in doing that. Because we have a foundation breaker right the fuck here. Yeah. Alright, excuse me for coughing. Okay. We'll take 2 here. Alrighty, so now we go to our turn. We draw a Street Wraith to cycle that I sideboard out. We play... And we... Is this going to be enough? We put Shardless Agent onto the stack. We're going to put Living End onto the stack. Oh, shit. Kill that. I could return this to my hand. I could actually return the Shardless to my hand. But I don't think... Okie dokie. We could have pitched this too, but... I just don't want them to have any creatures in play. Nope. Maybe that was a bad decision. Maybe that was a bad decision to make. I guess they're deciding if they want to consign this. Whatever. Maybe this was a bad move to cast. Maybe I should have just hard cast the 4/4. They put it on the bottom. Another Force of Will has been cast. Sure. They top. Don't have anything. Okie dokie. I'm gonna shock this in. Gonna begin combat. In combat, I'm gonna attack. And we'll cycle this. And hold up Flare of Denial. And we will Flare of Denial anything crazy. Anything that will hurt us. Not gonna Flare of Denial that. Don't really care about that. I mean, I have 7 power in play. Okay. Let's cycle our Generous Ent. Let's cycle this. And we'll get... We could get... We might not play... I don't really know if I want to shock in the Overlord. I probably should, right? Just go to 13, play the Overlord. Let's go to combat. Let's go to combat. Actually, we should play it safe. What if we attack with these two? Hold back the Subtlety. Let's play safe. Okay, now we shock this in. We pull our boy. Our Overlord. This gives us a blocker for, like, that stupid flying haste guy. Because they could, like, have the haste guy and then, like, double strike it and then consign. Sure. You got me. I've been got. The BFG, thank you for the raid. Hope you had a good stream. I hope you had a wonderful stream. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. So, I love the BFG. Your stream has wilder hours than me. Okay, I'm just going to counter that. I'm gonna counter that. Because that card is scary. If they had another copy of that card and then they like attack and like do stuff. Okay, my graveyard is exiled. Jeez. Okay. One more. That one matchup was really hard. I guess we'll keep. Is he Bob Yellowhead or some dude named Gabe? Listen. He has transcended a simple name. He has so many things. Uh-oh. I guess just play this. I really don't like having to hurt myself as much as I'm going to have to hurt myself to do this. Uh-huh. Alright. So, let's cycle this. See if we draw a land cycler or something. Flare of... Okay. So, we will crack this. And get blue-green Surveillant? No, I guess we should get blue... We should get green-black Surveillant. If we draw Overlord, we can cast Overlord without having to shock ourselves. Okay. Let's surveil something into the graveyard. Yeah, that goes into the graveyard. Untabbies. Put this into play. This gets a surveil land. This gets basic forest. We're not taking any more damage after that. Ever. Never. Never, ever, ever. Seasoned Pyromancer. Well, that's going to be kind of annoying. That's pretty funny. Alright, I go to 12. Alright, we have to hope that they don't have What's-a-Hoozy. Let's cycle this. What's-a-Hoozy? Let's get basic forest. They're definitely paused thinking about Thraben Charm. What can I do about that? I would like to surveil into a Subtlety. Alright, let's draw Subtlety. That's not Subtlety. Do we want to just lose the game to Thraben Charm, or do we want to play Steamcore? I mean, we're only at 11. Just go for it. You want to see me lose. You enjoy seeing me suffer, though. And I don't want to suffer. I want to play Steamcore boring guy. Fuck it. There's no fear. There's a little bit of fear. I'm having a little bit of fear here. Steamcore boring guy. I mean, it's true they could. I guess they could have a removal spell for this and then... I miss Violent Outburst. Just tap out opponent. Alrighty. Okay. So now if they have whatever, I don't care. Bonk, bonk, bonk. Shardless Agent. I would like to cast this. They did have it! What jerks. Can't do anything about it. I can't do anything. Okay, so this resolves. And then I can endurance away their graveyard. Bonk. And I get at least something back. But more importantly, their stupid guys go. Alright. More importantly, Ocelot Pride dies. And all the little cats. Because I'm a dog person. And now Ocelot Pride goes away again. It would be. No, I like cats. Whenever I'm playing against the Johnny, I like dogs. Whenever I'm playing against Fella, I like cats. I'm thinking about casting Flare of Denial on this so that I can return. I'll just cast it on something else, right? Because if I Flare of Denial this, then I can Overlord and return this. But I'll just counter whatever stupid spell they play. And then they have one card in their hand, right? Like, Overlord being able to return Shardless Agent is pretty... chef's kiss. No. No. That's my third favorite type of kiss. Alright. Let's Overlord. Let's get back Shardless Agent. Play this tapped. Oakley dokley. So we're getting back an Endurance and a Shardless Agent. A Guide of Souls. Okay. Uh-huh. What's your last card? Nope. Nope. Okay. 1, 2, 3. Living End. Bonk. Yay, we won. We beat the Thraben Charm. We're the greatest. Around. Alright, we want Harvester of Misery. We want Foundation the Breakers. What else do we want? We probably don't need the Subtleties at all. I don't know if we need the Subtleties. Like, okay, slow hand, but I believe in us. Uh-oh, we're dead. Game over. Get the turn. Subtlety? Yeah, maybe it does buy me time, but at the same time, Steamcore Scholar. I wonder if they're going to play that. No. Opponents can't cast spells during your turn. Okay. Well, that made Subtlety a lot worse. What do we want to do here? I want to cycle Street Wraith. I want to get a basic... No, I want to get Watery Grave, I think. I want to cycle... I want to find a guy that... I guess I get Foundation Breaker. All the rest of these cards don't really do anything. Maybe I was supposed to get back Steamcore Survivor. Steamcore Scholar. I'm F6. I literally can't do anything on their turn. Not hitting there was bad. It was really bad. Like really, really, really bad. We needed to hit a thing there. We might be in trouble. Alright. Let's get Surveil guy. Let's go. We need you. Well, fuck you. We're dead. Yep. Dead. That was pretty good. 2, 5. Yep, Xaxes. Oh, hold on. I can't cast any spells on their turn. I can't play the Endurance because I'm dead. They have Voice of Victory. Alright, well, that was a kick in the... whatever. I guess I do want Subtleties then. I couldn't main phase Endurance. I was Chanted. Okay. Keep back Living End. Okay, let's shock it in. And we'll cycle for a land here. Cycle. Get through the turn. Play this. I'm gonna cycle a Street Wraith first. Overlord. I would like to return Subtlety. Once again, we do not have our guy. Boy, if they have it. They wouldn't do that to us, though. They wouldn't play Blood Moon. 1. Cracked Arid Mesa. Okay, okay. A Johnny. No, a Johnny. No, a Johnny. Cascade guy. I really don't want to have to hurt my... What are you doing? So very annoying. But it will be okay. You want to tag with that Ragavan, buddy? Buddy, you want to swing that Ragavan at me? I do not like going to 6. But what can you do? You want to swing that Ragavan at me, buddy? Oh, you don't want to swing that Ragavan at me. Well, I'm going to play the Endurance. It's not like they're not going to play around it. Okay. I mean, why else would I shock? Seal. Steamcore Scholar. When this creature enters, draw 2 cards, then discard 2 cards unless you discard an instant discard matching card. Discard that. I think I need to be super safe here. I think I need to, like, be super safe. So they don't just, like, remove the Steamcore, hit me to 4, and then play a Flage, and then I'm dead to another Flage. So I'm going to be super safe, Captain Careful. They're going to get one shot from our things anyway. Provided they don't have Thraben Charm. But we'll see. Listen, I got one-shotted by the silly prowess deck. A Johnny. Boop. They put Johnny on top of their library, even though if they're going to cast the thing, they're going to have to crack a fetch. Alright, I'm going to begin combat. I'm going to attack. I'm going to cast this. I would like to put Living End onto the stack. Well, they just lost their... They lost their, Johnny. That they got this card. So... Don't play Flage. Don't play Flage. Don't play Flage. Yay, they didn't play Flage. That's a good... Okay, well, they're dead next turn. Unless they draw exactly Flage. I really didn't want that to happen. I'm not gonna lie. Oh. Okay, let's draw Endurance so I don't have to worry. That makes me worry more! That makes me worry a lot. You know... That's so bad for me. Agent? I guess I just sink that and attack. Yeah. Put him to 1, rather. Okay. Should I surveil here? I'm gonna surveil. We win with a bunch of stuff. Not a bunch of stuff, but I just want a goddamn... Don't want that. I want that. Okay. I have to live 1 turn. I have died. Even if I did not crack the fetch, I was dead. You could see the power of this deck, but you can also see the weaknesses of it. I don't know if this deck is better than more traditional Living End, which looks like this, which is just like a bunch of Striped River Winders and more counter spells. or like more ways to get living end. It's just 8 living ends versus the deck that Nassif played, which is playing Overlords and Flayers and living ends. You can see the power of this deck, but I don't know if it's the best way to build it or if you want to build it the other way. But either way, we never played Halo Forager once. I obviously didn't exactly know how to sideboard, but at the same time, a lot of the games are super close. If I drew Shardless Agent a couple of turns earlier, I mean, our other opponent had 2 copies of Thraben Charm, which is like the best card against us. All right, that's it for me. Hope you enjoyed the stream. I had fun. I will be on tomorrow. Let's see if there's anything fancy happening tomorrow. Tomorrow there is a 9 a.m. Modern Challenge. I'm almost on the degenerate schedule enough where I might be up for that.
Ha 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 ha.